There's all kinds of stuff I'd love to talk about in our class, but we're out of time. So consider this final video just as my nods or my hints about what other changes I'm thinking about and how they can work. So here's a few ideas. First, how do we move past the physical and/or digital debate and get into a middle ground where we're both? And I don't just mean both in our services. I just mean where we live. Like, how would an android give their life to Jesus? And I know that sounds stupid, but we're, with science and technology, already figuring out how to upload our consciousness and cheat death. So how about that? Can an android be saved? Can a clone be saved? Can an intelligent machine be saved? If so, how? I have a pretty robust theology of mindful sanctification that maybe on some other time we could talk about. But I think there's good biblical material that we might reawaken there if our world continues to chase down this pathway. Don't hate me for saying that. I also think we should think about how we leverage some of the really big things in our culture. Of course, there's lots of like Christian CrossFit clubs or Christian yoga clubs. I don't think that's a bad idea. That could be okay. I'd rather see Christians CrossFitting than Christians starting a Christian CrossFit gym, but maybe that's more preference than it is. No, actually, I'm right on that. We should be out there doing Jesus stuff there, not hiding. Anyway, but we haven't seen any yet. We haven't seen any Kingdom obstacle course races yet. I've got one coming up in about 3 weeks that our kids ministry is going to do, which should be pretty fun. But I think there's lots of merit there, especially in the GPS tracking social devices with those. Like there's the Zombie Run app or any of those Map My Run things. There's a huge community element to a lot of those physical fitness things in the new and digital realm that I think there's opportunity for gospel there. I think we also have to be aware of the prevalence of New Age mysticism and both the dangers and the opportunities that affords. So there's kind of the Oprah Winfrey spirituality or the eat, pray, love spirituality that's so common in the American consciousness or the Western consciousness. And on the one hand, I think that's pretty dangerous. On the other hand, I think it speaks to a great opportunity about the fact that people are hungering for something deeper than what they've got. They know they're spiritual. They just want to figure out how. And this is where the church misses it. We're always telling them, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Oprah's not really spiritual. Elizabeth Gilbert's not really spiritual. It's Jesus. It's Jesus. But we never tell them how. And the reason all that stuff is taking off so quickly is because they're saying how. This is how you do it rather than don't do it. I also think gamification is absolutely huge. How we make things fun, how we make things enjoyable, how we give those little dopamine gestations. And so thinking through how we gamify our services, how we gamify our staff evaluation structures, how we gamify even our finances or our metrics or our goals. I think that's a big deal, how we gamify even spiritual formation. And by gamify, if you're unfamiliar with the term, I don't mean make it trite and make it silly. I mean how we acknowledge benchmarks, achievements, and awards in a way that feel community-driven, authenticating, celebratory, and biblically based. And so I think there's lots of good stuff there. Anyway, I could probably give you 20 more things, but I think maybe for the future, I should focus on how to make more interesting videos. Hey, thanks so much for being part of this class. I hope it's been enriching for you. Again, my name's David. If you got any questions or comments, you want to email me, you can do that either through the school or you can find me online at westwinds.org or www.fasares.com. Hey, God bless you guys.